All right, Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here we go. 8, read.
They can't hang with us. Switch.
61, matchbox lights. Get it.
Now a play fake here on first down. It's caught by Mike Evans. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down. Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Matt Gay on for the extra point. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A former Seminole back home in Florida. It's Dalvin Cook. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Cousins the thrower, eluding the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. The ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
A good pickup of 6 there on 1st down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now Saquon Barkley, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Let's get it.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
Ready? Hey, lock it.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the play.
Here's Hill. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Danielle Hunter in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride. When they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean, they want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Throwing is Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A 1st down throw for Cousins. Flush to his right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And this is caught inside the 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his 11th touchdown of the year, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half.
Well, we got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
Means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people to power his way forward.
The extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now it's Hill. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A toss out to Barkley. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. Now on 2nd and 16. Hill. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And that'll make it 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Hill. Airing this one out for him, and this will be caught at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 39 that time.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Go now. 91.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. They juked him. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vita Vea in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. 3rd and long for Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Intercepted. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Rock it.
Hey, turn it up.
Hard. Be careful.
Hill now to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. 3rd down here.
Listen to me.
On play action, Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as...
And I think the ball's out. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery. But on 4th down, a change of possession anyway. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. That 2nd down play nets a -4. Here's Hill. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. First time they've looked his way in this game, he comes through picking up the first. Hill on 1st down. Airing this one out for Evans. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So line of scrimmage still to 39 on 2nd and 10. Going for the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Hill throwing once more. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Switch. 300. First.
Following the interception, Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
Check 99.
first down. Here's the run with Cook. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Cousins. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. On the carry, it's Cook. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Working out of the gun, Cousins escaping the pressure right. He'll run it, and he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Kirk Cousins with his 16th touchdown of the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Well, they've got it 1st and 10. Barkley. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. The tackle goes to Harrison Smith.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the stream, the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Danielle Hunter racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
Look at me. Go.
No. Watch the edge. Check 9. Check.
Let's go. Fight.
Hill. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now in Tampa. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. They run it again with Cook. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. First down, here's Cousins. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did. Yeah. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Herb Smith Jr., his second touchdown on the season. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll go to Barkley again, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. On the run, it's Barkley. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Fielded at the 20. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Going on the ground with Madison. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Cousins now. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. On 1st and 10, Cousins. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd down, this is Madison. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football. I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw out to the perimeter. Maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
And a nice job there defensively to contain him and get him to the ground a few yards short of the first down marker.
I like his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. And this one is right down Broadway. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a two-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Now Hill. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 24. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy up.
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Matt Judon in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Cousins to throw. Lets it fly for Thielen. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.